Good evening. I'm your host, Don Armando, and this is Open Topics with Don Armando, the Wisdom Edition. Tonight, we're going to be talking about, I guess, who really runs the world. So I'm just here waiting for my guest to show up. So therefore, we could have like a nice stream. All right.
What's up?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm all right. There's some.
Yeah. Yeah. How's everything with you? Oh crap.
Like I
All right.
said, as good as it's gonna get.
Yeah.
Can't get no better. Can't get no worse.
Got you.
What's going on with
Yeah.
you though?
Not much. It's just a rainy day, but I'm just keeping it pushing.
That's all we can do.
Yep.
It'll be all right though.
Yep.
Okay, bro.
Yeah.
So what's going
So,
on, bro?
well, I'm supposed to wait for our special guest to talk about the Anunnaki. So,
The heck is that?
I don't even know what's that, but I'm trying to see what it is because I've heard that term being thrown about like about since 2011. But even though I've heard this term around the I guess what people would call the conspiracy theory circle or whatever. I do not know what that word actually means.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. So our special guest, he said that he knows a lot about that. So I'm just waiting for him.
So, are you sure that you say he's gonna make yourself available?
Yeah, we actually spoke about it. So therefore, he would like to put his input.
Oh, but is he gonna show this? Because remember he said he may or may not show. Is he
Now
gonna
he
show
said that
for sure?
he said today that he was going to show. So let's see.
Yeah, I hope.
Yeah, me too.
It sounds like something interesting.
Yeah, it does. I mean, if you actually look at it, there's been a lot. I mean, if you actually look at the current events of celebrities and whatsoever, a lot of people are a lot of people are saying certain stuff, but then they might not be actually there's not actual proof for it. So it's certain stuff that we actually wonder.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yep.
Well, let's see what happens.
Exactly. Oh, quick question.
What's up?
Are you familiar with the Bastard series? I mean, the anime series.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I actually started watching it, and it's actually interesting. I mean, I actually like
Yeah,
the
that's a good one.
yeah, I actually like the artwork, and even though I started watching it up on Netflix, I mean, I guess I'm at the point right now where that Dark Schneider is I guess is gonna face that wizard or whatsoever. And it's very interesting on that how that elf and Dark Schneider, how she actually refers to him as Darsh or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm.
That's
But today,
interesting.
yeah. But today I'm like, yo, I don't know, but it's like, I had to put on that back brace because for some reason it's like I had like a pinched nerve today around my back or something. I mean, I get it like maybe every 2 or 3 years,
Well, I mean, I hope you're feeling better.
but today that joint just actually hurt.
Yeah, that can suck.
Yeah, it does.
Like I said, I hope you're feeling better. That's the main thing that matters.
Yeah, I think if I put some Flexol or Vapor Rub on my back, I think I'll be back to new.
Hopefully.
Yeah, yeah. And my new headphones came yesterday, so I'm just trying it out right now.
Yeah, it's always good. Excuse me.
Yeah.
It's always good to have new headphones.
Yep.
I got to get some new ones when I can myself.
Yeah. And it's
Oh
like,
boy.
and I
Go
know
on, I'm
even
sorry.
though it's all good. It was like even though that I know that's like the holidays and everything like that. I'm like, okay, I'm looking at all these microphones for whatever because whenever hopefully if I go to my trip to the Dominican Republic, I might try to see if I could record my cousins or something like that because in Dominican Republic it's not like it is like okay, you have to it's like you have to pay one centralized person for promotion if they want to be in the rap game or whatsoever. And my
Yeah.
goal is like in the long run to try to create another avenue because everybody's getting their visas from that one person. Either it's well, mostly it's for Europe because the euro is actually higher than the dollar anyway. But that's where everybody's trying to do go to Europe, make their shows, and that's it.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Although which a lot of people are not really doing, maybe because of I guess I don't know how it is now because Japan they just really open towards foreigners because of the COVID thing because
Mm-hmm.
it was blocked for foreigners, but before COVID, a lot of people were saying that if you was a performer and you wanted to actually have a tax free performance or something like that, Japan was the way to go. I mean, I don't know if you're familiar with this West Coast rap group called the Booyah Tribe.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, there was actually a bunch of Samoan brothers that they actually were rapping like around the late 1980s till now. and a couple of their members passed away over the years. No, was it a couple? No, it was like maybe two. But the Booyah tribe or the Booyah tribe empires is what they called. They're like one of the first Samoan rap groups that actually came out of the West Coast, and they're actually highly respected.
Okay, that's interesting. So,
Yeah. So,
you want to? So, how you going to record them when you go out to the Dominican Republic?
well, the thing is though, it's like okay, I guess I'll have to transport like I guess that condenser mic, and then maybe before I go to the Dominican Republic, I'll have to get that little Akai MPC and then a studio program because what a lot of people don't know is that if you have like a portable studio, and I guess you have, and if you could transfer the right equipment, because I've actually seen it. I guess with certain producers that they actually have their producing kit whatsoever the case may be. They just set up like their mini studio, which is like a mini protector. You just set up like I guess the condenser mic or whatsoever, and then you have the studio program. You have that artist record their vocals or something like that, and I guess you mix it and stuff. Not mix it. I guess you record it and stuff. But the thing is though, if I get good right there, I just want to learn like maybe in the future how to be a good mixer because a lot of artists they could say, "Oh yeah, I put out a track," but if the mix is not right, the track will sound trash.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Any word from Todd yet?
Nah, I'm still waiting. And I told him at 7, so I don't know. But
Maybe he's busy. Who knows?
yeah, but then again, I might have another person that might actually come through as well. I have a friend who's actually from who actually lives in Honduras, so I actually invited him on this segment as well. So I'm going to try to
Okay.
see if he's online. So I guess we had like two viewers, one viewer. I'm like, okay, that's just up.
Well, Todd
So
seems like. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, so all right. There's a lot of even though I've been living in Philadelphia for 5 years, going on, go give or take. There's
Yeah.
still certain there's still certain stuff that that is new to me as I'm a New Yorker. So as you as a lifelong Philadelphia resident, what what have been your experiences that you've seen and heard and all that other stuff, John?
Oh my goodness. Oh man, you really want me to answer that right now?
You could
I
you
mean,
could answer it the way you want.
but besides the negativity and egos and bullshit and hypocrisy and I mean the lying, the backstabbing, the pointless murders, all that good stuff. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. It's just all ridiculous. It's just been one big negative hellhole, and it's like you want to make something of yourself. You want to be proud of this city. You want to love this city, but the people, man. Like the people are self-centered, backstabbing, look out for themselves. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, people like us just want to be. People like us just want to sit there and be happy and do what we got to do to survive and make a good living, make a good living for
Yeah,
ourselves. But you got we're surrounded by so much negativity, so much hate. It's like, come on, man. You know, it's not. You can sit there and mind your business, like I've done for the most part. You sit there and mind your business, try to live a decent life, and you'll have people for whatever reason they'll be jealous of you, to dislike you, to hate you, or try to manipulate and use you, among other things. And I mean, friends in this particular city are hard to come by. And then I noticed in my experiences when you're not like the norm, or you're not acting a certain way, which is mostly negative, you have a lot of people question whether you were truly born and raised in the city and whatnot. You
mm,
have a lot of people question that. I don't know
wow,
why, but like you can't. It's like you can't be nice in the city. You can't. It's supposed to be the nickname they gave this place is supposed to stand for something. You know, people are supposed to, excuse me, be a bit
yeah,
more loving and friendly, and be a bit more kind to each other. But I don't know what happened along the way. I guess it's just time. Like the Bible says, the end times coming. I don't know. The
yeah,
point of time, things were doable, then they just went. They just got crazy. One point in time, you could live decently in this city, keep your head down, but now it's like everywhere you turn, you got to have a damn bulletproof vest on and bulletproof clothes and sneakers and ball caps and all sorts of stuff, man. It's like you got to now people thought about carrying guns before carrying guns. Now I'm not talking about the bad ones, I'm talking about some of the good ones too, because that's how crazy stuff is.
yeah. I remember when I was actually getting my glasses in 2018, and the guy he was an old Jewish guy. Me and him, we actually had a good dialogue before I actually got my glasses and everything. And his son,
Yeah,
he actually came into the store and everything like that. How should I say? You look like he was just a good guy, protecting his father and everything like that. But he had a 4 or 5 on him. I'm like, yeah, he's ready.
that's the sad thing about it. You got to be ready these days.
Yeah,
It's too much. It's too much craziness going on, man. Way too much.
yeah.
I hate to say it, but I mean, like, what can you do?
There's only so much that a person can do.
Yeah,
It's like I was just talking to my mother-in-law, right? And
yeah,
she was like, I guess back in the day, okay, she didn't like you know guns or whatever. Now I guess because of what's going on, she was like, yo, do you got to do what you got to do because it's crazy out here.
yeah. Way too crazy.
I mean, when I actually left New York, I could actually say I was not really in the good mindset. So over here, even though that you know I don't really do hanging out stuff or anything like that, I could
Yeah,
actually say that my own mindset actually changed from when I was living in New York. And even though I was there in New York recently, to see my friends and family members or what so have you,
yeah,
it was good to see my friends and family. But then, from the stuff that I'm seeing, like and subways and certain people how they interact with each other and everything like that, I could actually see why I actually left New York City.
Mm,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
yeah, because as you know, all the stuff that you've said about Philadelphia
Yeah,
was like some of the stuff that was going on like as far as in NYC. And I've actually seen, and it's like certain people. I'm just talking about the Bronx because every borough in New York has its particulars. But the BX, even though that it's you have like a whole bunch of new buildings and everything like that,
yeah,
you guys, it's like I could actually say that certain people are not getting the guidance that was, I guess, afforded to my generation when I was growing up. So if you have certain if you have certain generations that grew up without no guidance or no codes on how to walk right, it's actually gonna explode to something that that will be total utter chaos.
yeah. There's
So
a lot of lack of guidance, especially these days in the city. Especially these days. That is true.
yeah,
That's the unfortunate thing about it.
yep,
I mean, I wish things could be better, but it's like, I mean, it's going to take people going to have to, they're going to have to learn how to, change. They're going to learn how to have to do better and know better and
yeah,
treat people better. I mean, you got a lot of people they want a certain amount of respect and everything. It's just that they don't know how to give it back.
yeah. Or it's like you have certain people that they think that, how should I say, that they with their overinflated egos that they want to convey that they're actually high and mighty, when the fact is that 9 times out of 10 that person might be doing way worse than what you think that they're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right about that.
Hmm.
I can definitely understand that and see that. Too many high and mighty people out here, man.
It's
Too
not
many
it's
people
not
doing.
it's not so much the high and mighty, but then when you actually put
That's part of the
immaturity in the
problem,
mix,
though.
if you actually put immaturity in the mix, so,
That's part of the problem too.
yep,
You got people who think they measure themselves by how other people are doing, and you should never do that. It shouldn't matter. You shouldn't measure your worth or your life, base your existence on what somebody else is doing or how somebody else is.
right,
It's ridiculous. It just really is.
yeah,
And it's hard to find some common ground.
exactly. Oh, um, shout out to Don Jose. Good evening. That's my good old friend Don Jose. It was a pleasure seeing him on the Friday I was in New York. It was
That's
me and my
good.
cousin. It was me and my cousin. we was actually in the Bronx and we had like a little chat whatsoever, and it was actually a good chat because he was actually talking about, I guess, the stuff that was going on within the YouTube streets, and on how you have certain content creators who are that they actually bring positivities, I guess, to their respective movements, and then you
Yeah,
have some that are that they actually put out actual lies and garbage, and they actually reminisce about a time which they never lived in or which is long gone. So you have some of these YouTubers out here.
yeah,
I mean,
he do.
hmm
Unfortunately,
yep,
that's the sad thing about it, my friend.
yeah, man.
A lot of people they in it for all the wrong reasons. Sadly, but I mean, unfortunately, we keep it.
Yeah, you know which joint that everybody keeps telling me that I have to listen to, but I haven't got the chance to listen to yet.
What is that?
The King Disease 3.
What is that about?
Well, that's actually Nas's new album because he came out with the King Disease one. I think it was last year or this year he actually came out with the King Disease 2, which I haven't really had a chance to listen to because I've been so busy. And from what I'm hearing, a lot of people are actually having rave reviews about the King Disease 3.
Hmm.
The way that I see it, I mean, in my eyes, Nas is actually one of the top is actually in my top five. So
Yeah, he's a good one.
yeah. So who is your top five, dead or alive?
Uh, shoot, really, uh, I can't think of any right now, to be honest with you. I mean, I like a lot of good people. I can't have when it comes to music. I can't have a top five. That's hard.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say like for me, like what I grew up on, I would have to say it would have to be Biggie, Tupac, Big Pun, Nas, and DMX.
Those are some good ones.
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to music, I mean, my taste for music is all over the place. So
I mean, yeah, because I mean, but then when it comes to like international rap and everything, I've been listening to like, sometimes I guess the UK rappers. I'm not gonna go around and say that I'm well versed in what they doing, but I listen to like a lot of international rap because sometimes American rap we getting boring. So at first I was actually put on to this before Drake or anything like that. I used to listen to this rapper by the name of Socrates. He, and what made me first listen to him was like a track that he did with Redman or something like that called Ayo. So as soon as I was like, okay, this is a new sound. So it looks like that Socrates, he's been doing his thing over in Canada for a bunch of years. And so did a guy by the name of Cardinal Fischel. I actually heard about him like maybe it was maybe mid 1997 or so. I
Yeah.
guess he comes I guess he comes from a Jamaican background, but I guess was born in Canada. So he did a joint with Buster Rhymes. I was like, all right, this joint was actually hot. So I mean, remind you, this is when Buster Rhymes actually had his own clothing line. So he was actually
That's nice
innovative
to
with
know.
all. Yeah,
That's good to know. But yeah, I mean, my taste in music is a bit all over the place, so
well, hey, mine's
I
too
can't I
because
can't pick a. I mean, especially since I listen to hip hop, but I listen to a lot of stuff other than hip hop. So
I mean, yeah, because it was like, I, to be honest, when I actually first listened to music, it was not even hip hop that I was actually drawn to. I was actually more drawn to the music of the Dominican Republic, merengue. So I started listening to that when I was actually young, and then when I got like 5 years old and such, I started listening to like Prince and Michael Jackson because my older brother he was actually into Prince heavy, and then Michael Jackson. You just saw him on TV. Even though my mom was old school and such, I forgot what that I forgot what that video was. It came out in 1990. I think it was the one that he actually broke the car with the bat or something like that. I know I didn't see that part when I was like 7 years old or stuff like that. I just remember seeing it when I was older, like in my 20s or such. But because kid parents they want to guard their kids from seeing certain stuff. So that was my childhood. And then as far as rap, you know, I was actually listening to Chuck D and Flavor Flav, even though I didn't know what the heck they were saying. But then after when I got older, I started listening to what they was actually saying and start understanding what they were trying to say as far
that's interesting.
as it regards to um black empowerment and positivity. And then when I actually when I was actually living down south and I came to New York, then it was Biggie and Tupac. Now Biggie, I'm saying like around 9-5 or anything like that. That's all you heard on the radio. Biggie, Prodded, Mob Deep. When Lil Kim actually came out with that joint with Puff Daddy, I mean those were the videos. And then the first thing you're hearing about is Tupac getting shot, and then days later he passed away. And then also you're just you're just waiting, you're just anticipating Biggie's album, and then you hear that Biggie went up and actually lost his life. So everybody who was actually a fan of Biggie was like, wow. I guess it was certain stuff new when it came to rappers losing their lives. But now, I mean, via from 1996, 1997 till now, it's it's crazy on how you have some certain rappers that didn't even make it up to I guess to the part that they could tour or anything like that. You could count like more than
Yeah,
20 of these rappers that have lost their lives in a very violent fashion. Like it's the norm.
yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to me, I can't. Music to me is just, I mean, it's something to have in the background. I mean, there's a song for every type of scene. There's a song for every type of situation, especially when it comes to writing and movies and stuff like that. So I mean, you could use hip hop and stuff for certain
Right.
situations to convey certain things.
Hmm.
When it comes to like movie scenes and stuff like that, or like writing and whatnot. But a lot of the music that helps me with that is not hip hop, unfortunately. Hip hop's
All right.
okay, but it's okay, but
Yeah.
I mean, it depends. I
I
mean,
mean,
I don't mind it, but
yeah. Like for example, I don't really listen to rock that much, but I remember like around 95 and such like that, there was Marilyn Manson. What I forgot what that guy's name. That he was a bald headed rocker. I think his name is Billy Corgan or something like that. I forgot that.
you saw the guy that leads Smashing Pumpkins.
Yes, because I used to watch Video Music Box a lot, and even though I didn't really understand what it was, I still watched the videos. And then there was a track when I was listening to Busta Rhymes' Extinction Level Event, right? And
Yeah,
he actually had Ozzy Osbourne in the background. No, it was not the background. He actually was singing the chorus, Ozzy Osbourne. So when I would actually listen to the original song that I guess came out in the 1970s, it was actually good. And I could actually say like, okay, for a little while I was listening to a little of the old Black Sabbath, like during 1998 till 2000, before Ozzy Osbourne had a show. So I was actually saying like they actually had some good music on Black Sabbath.
that's good. Yeah, they do. I listened to some of this stuff before.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Hmm.
Me, it's just, like I said, since mine's is like my taste in music is like all over the place. It's like,
Yeah.
mainly helps me for writing the certain scenes. It helps me in craft and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess Ty wasn't able to make it because what time is it? We still haven't heard nothing from him.
Yeah, it's 40 minutes because I did actually say it was going to be 7, so on the dot. So and I was actually waiting for my other guests as well, but I guess he might be busy or so. So I guess it's just gonna be you and me holding it down.
Yeah, trying to at least.
Exactly. Oh, okay, my homie Montega. What's good, bro? Crap.
What happened?
Well, I accidentally muted myself, but oh crap.
What happens to the best of us?
Mm.
It'll be all right. I mean,
Yeah.
it's going so far so good.
Yeah.
I mean, talked a little about everything. I guess. It's like I said. I mean, me personally, just. I mean, I strive to do my best every day, one day. Just it's a pain when you're surrounded by so much negativity and stupidity and whatnot.
I I know. Uh.
That's the one problem.
Exactly. Um. Because negativity, you have certain people that you haven't had anything positive happen to them like in a long time. So you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the sad thing about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, shout out to my homie Montega Dunn for checking in. I'm good, just doing the open topics and everything. How's your tracks coming along, Montega?
You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, well, you was reading what they said.
Yeah, I was reading what they're saying, but I'm still here. So, if anybody, I'm just saying, if anybody wants to come up on the panel, I'll drop the link. That's what's up, Montego. Hey, did you get in contact with those dudes from Grand Concourse, Montego? Because I'm telling you, that's gonna be the new wave in the BX. They already they already made a joint with Jim Jones, so that joint's gonna go crazy.
made something with Jim Jones.
Yeah, this Dominican artist who actually was raised in the BX. He actually got a joint with Jim Jones right now. I mean, they actually was filming the music video, etc. So this joint's about to blow. Hopefully, it'll blow into their favor because in Spanish, they're actually good MCs. I guess in that,
It's nice to know.
yeah, yeah, that's what's up, man. It's a good thing that you linked with them. Well, Jose, we was about to have like I guess the wisdom edition, but I don't know if certain people didn't show up or whatsoever. So me and my homie John right here, we're just holding it down. It's open topic, so it is what it is.
Yeah, that's sadly all we can do.
Yep.
I mean, it's still good.
Yeah.
Also, sorry for being a little bit on the quiet side. There's a lot going on. A lot
I
of dumb stuff
understand.
going on.
I understand, bro. I mean, all right. Look like we have a guest right here.
So,
Okay. Oh, it was Don Jose, but I guess he's gonna come back. Let's see. All right. Guess I'll drop the link again. All right. Good evening, Don Jose.
Good evening, good evening, Don Armando.
good evening.
Yeah. So how's New
So,
York?
how you guys doing tonight?
I mean, we're
It's
doing
all
good.
right.
Yeah. It's Magic Mulatto. How you doing?
It's good to hear. Basically, just relax. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what are you up to, my dear?
Well, just basically,
Hmm?
Yeah. Um. Hey, Anthony. You're welcome to come up in the panel. Also, I'll drop the link. so,
yeah,
so
yeah.
how's it?
Good
How's everything?
evening, Magic and Anthony.
Yeah. So how's everything as far as the as what we talked about the last time with the immigrants in New York City? Is it still hard to process them? All right.
I mean, everything is, the same. I mean, everything is the same old, same old.
Yeah. I mean, the voice of Junzi says, "Are you going to talk about
So,
the dark warning in the stream?" I mean, I would like to actually know about that as well.
What the
Um,
dark what?
the dark warning in the stream.
What's that?
I want to know myself. So the voice, and I'm just saying, welcome, voice Junzi, to my channel.
Dark warning. What does that mean?
I'm trying to find out myself because I would like to know what the dark warning is because I know that in I guess within the past month or so, I've been educating myself as far as the golden sphere. You know, people who are of mixed race. So it's certain stuff that that I talk to some of these individuals within the within the mixed community. So I've been educating myself, and I've been talking to a lot of content creators on Discord and on here on YouTube. So I would actually want to. All right. So I guess that they send me an opinion on. Well, I guess that topic on my homegirl's Magic server. So I'm gonna actually look at it now. Okay, the U.S. All right, all right. So as far as the Dominican Haitian, I guess what's going on with the Dominican government are are being deported from the Dominican Republic. Well, in that case, I could actually say that Dominican Republic, I guess they do have their rights, I guess, to defend their nation or whatsoever. But it's like I'm just saying. I'm just saying like because I am Dominican American. But my opinion is that within the whole Caribbean, I mean a lot I mean there's been a lot of backlash towards the Dominican Republic for over certain years. Either it'll be with the Dominicans actually opening up an embassy in China, and then the next thing you know, when certain people had passed away, I guess in the Dominican Republic, they want to say, "Oh, don't go to the Dominican Republic because of the liquor or whatever." I'm like, okay, and then you have certain Caribbean countries, not that is not the Dominican Republic, that have more restringent things for when the Haitian actually entered the country. I believe it was the Bahamas. I'm not sure if I'm right or not, but when the Haitian actually entered, I guess their realm, they'll have to test uh, a Haitian migrant for tuberculosis and various diseases before they actually enter their realm. And the thing is, though, I guess that what a lot of people are not actually saying, and which I'm going to say next, is that you have a certain population of Haitians that do not respect Dominican Republic as a country or as a sovereign state. So they they'll go on TikTok spaces saying, "Oh, we're not a country," etc., etc. And then you have certain people that by, "Oh, we can't wait until we take you over or whatsoever." Well, the fact is that if a person is proud to be who they are, they have the right to be proud who they are. Don't go to a person's stream or page and then try to disrespect what they know as a country or their culture and think that they're not going to go and defend themselves. Because at the end of the day, you have certain when a person talks about their culture and everything, every culture has done its dirt. Let's be honest. But when you actually go and tell a people, "Oh, you're not a country, and we're gonna conquer you," just because of, I guess, old hatreds or old prejudices or whatsoever the case may be, that's where I, as a Dominican American, would actually draw the line. I respect everybody and and whatever they are. But if a person comes towards me with disrespect towards my culture, or or if you come with me, come at me disrespecting my family and those who I love, I'm gonna go and defend myself and my family. Now, when a country or countrymen actually defend their country, we're actually a lot of Dominicans are getting flack for it, and now we're saying, "Oh, we're racist," yada yada yada. When the fact is that some of the people who are actually calling Dominicans racist actually don't know the history because when and I'm just gonna break it down. During After the Civil War, certain slaves actually landed in the Dominican Republic in a place called Samana, where even till this day they actually have old, I guess you would actually say, African American customs as far as the way that I guess modern African Americans today worship worship in the church, the old songs that was actually learned down south, and now you have certain of these pro, or how should I say, hotep guys that actually want to say, "Oh, we side with our Caribbean brothers or whatsoever the case may be," when most of the people that actually have an opinion never even left their own block, but they're just listening to another person, to what another person said, when the fact is they haven't really went to research it or see for themselves on how a person actually treats them. So that's my own view on it.
Why does Haiti have a problem with the Dominican Republic anyway?
What'd you say?
Why does Haiti have a problem with the Dominican Republic anyway?
Well, it's actually historical. because in 1821 or 1822, depending on what what year you have, Haiti went and invaded what is now the Dominican Republic, and since of I guess of bad dictatorship and everything like that, they didn't let Dominicans worship their faith, which was at the time Catholicism, and it was very bad mismanagement as a part of Boyer of John Boyer in I guess around those times, and certain people who was of Spanish origin or mixed, what we call criollo,
Mm.
was not having it. So there was a secret society which is called La Trinitaria, and La Trinitaria w- they actually met like around 1838, and you had more members, I guess, who was of Spanish or Criollo origin. That was like they were wanting to get rid of Haitian rule. So what we have called the Trabucaso, which is in February 27th, 1844, is when we actually started the war against Haiti and won. And February 27th is the day of Dominican independence when we fought against Haiti for our sovereignty. Now, now after we fought for our sovereignty and everything, in eight there was a president. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna quote, but I guess his name who actually betrayed the what is now Dominican Republic towards Spain. So in 1865, which we call the War of Restoration, which culminates like around the same time the New York City Dominican parade's at, like around August. It's called the War of Restoration because Dominican Republic fought Spain and got Spain off the island. So therefore, in 1865, Spain was not even dominating the Dominican Republic anymore. And a little small fact is that that was the only time Dominicans and Haitians teamed up to kick out a superpower, which was Spain. So
Mhm.
to go forwards to 1937. 1937, during that time, there was a dictator by the name of Trujillo. Now, Trujillo, you know, he wanted to, what history books have said is that he wanted to enlighten the population of Dominican Republic. So in 1937, there was a massacre which is called the Parsley Massacre. So what they called the Parsley Massacre, I guess for us, is because anybody everybody looked who was the same or whatever. So the Dominicans was like, okay, we're gonna see who's a Dominican and who's Haitian by the language. If you didn't say the word perejin correct, that means that you was a Haitian and you was getting murdered that day. And that's why they call it the Parsley Massacre. And perejin is the Spanish word for parsley. So
Hmm.
when that massacre occurred, that's why certain Haitians who remember that, I guess, from their history and everything like that, which is told from their ancestors or people that have lived and seen it or whatever. That's why some of them have like this hatred against Dominicans. But another reason for that massacre, the Parsley Massacre, was a massacre that occurred right after the year Haiti found its independence, which was 1804. So the massacre in Mocha, right, was in 1805, where what is now the Dominican Republic, when Dessalines went up and murdered women, children, Spaniard people of Spaniard origin, mixed people, and black people. Because Dessalines was saying, "Oh, we're just gonna go and liberate. We committed this massacre because we wanted to liberate these people from the colonial power." Well, the fact is that Dessalines, even to this day, in my opinion, was just a mass murderer. So after that fact, I guess certain Dominicans they actually had that certain they remembered that massacre. I guess from history, that was like the I guess the progenitor of what happened in the Parsley massacre. And the voice of Junzi says it's because of the R pronunciation in French. It's a deep, strong arc when the Spanish is actually soft. Thank you for saying that.
Okay, that's
So
good to know.
yeah. So
Yeah, it is interesting.
it is. And right of now, that's why I guess you have certain pro nationalist Dominicans that are saying like, okay, these people are not doing anything good for our country, so deport them. Then you have certain people to be like, okay, let's treat them like human beings. But then you have certain people that instead of saying like, okay, let's deport them or anything like that, you have certain Dominicans that want to start arguments towards Dominicans of African heritage or African descent and try to gaslight the entire population to say, "Oh, we Dominicans are just light skinned." When the fact is that Dominicans we originally the founding of the Dominican Republic actually has three things. We have three colors in our flag, which is red, white, and blue, which we call the tricolor. We also have the three races, which is European, Native American, and African. So there's a segment of Hispanics that want to try to say, okay, that try to lessen or downplay the African roots of the Dominican Republic, and they want to talk about the glorious times of the Spanish Empire, which they never lived in, nor if these pro Spaniard Latinos were to actually go to Spain, they'll actually know that the fantasy that they're living in their head will not be um played out because certain people in Spain do not acknowledge Latinos at all because towards to the modern day Spaniards, I mean the ones that don't actually see Latinos as people, they don't want to claim us because they say, okay, we have dirty blood, or in Spanish, sangre sucia. So it's a lot of factors of why there's tension between Dominicans and Haitians.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you Latinos believes that that they're actually white and that's again. I got news for you. That's never gonna happen.
I mean, if you actually, to me, is this right? And I'm I'm mixed. I said at the beginning when I started actually being in the YouTube spaces and certain content creators or whatsoever the case may be. So my thing is that you have certain people that that they'll be like, okay, we're pro Spaniard or whatsoever the case may be. So check this out. And if you actually look at the
Hmm.
Caribbean and Mexico and everything like that, they'll be like, okay, 400 or 500 years, right? So a person is going to mean to tell me that from let's just round it off 1500, right? From 1500 till now, right? Uh, and to to every to everybody who is Hispanic, right? It's like right now
Yeah.
you're gonna tell me that from 1500 till now that you're a pure Spaniard. I mean, I mean, that's why I find ludicrous.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. Well, you know what I find just as insane. Well, you have that his phenotype is being white.
yeah,
Go on. I'm not gonna say, but I think you know what I'm talking about.
yeah. So you put you put that theory into place, and then you add a little bit of American extremism. You have certain individuals that they want to say, yes, we have this and whatsoever. When the fact is, they sound a little bit immature, like for example, kids who actually who actually watch the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, right? But yet you watch the show, it's good and everything like that, but yet you want to go and make something
Yeah.
else. and then when you make something else from what the show was just about, it's like yeah, but yeah, and then you have certain individuals who are with them all, who are with you also. It almost would actually be like a, it will be not be a, it'll be like a group, and then it'll be, and then they'll act, and then they'll actually act cult like, if if I might say,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah. So, you know, I just wish the people who that speak ill of the Dominican Republic before they open up their mouths, facts, and try to understand what's the situation. I mean, people they don't like to understand the and control. And let's keep it clear. No offense, unless
yeah. But to me, is this like
good
I don't know
evening,
about
Keisha.
good evening, Keisha. This is one thing I have to say for the armchair activist. If you really want to go and do something as far as defend your ideology or defend your culture and everything like that, you could do it on social media. But if you want to go and have the title of calling yourself a patriot, you have to get your hands dirty. So don't go and call yourself a patriot or anything like
Yeah,
that. When the fact is, you're not going to get your hands dirty. You're not going to know. You're not going to know. You're not going to be in the ground when stuff pops off. So I hate when certain people they say, "Yeah, I'm a patriot." What you're a patriot of? Okay, the only people I could actually say who are patriots are people who are who served the armed forces once in their life, or they stood up to certain people. You get what I'm trying to say? Or they have a military background, or they feel proud of what they are,
yes,
and they'll defend it if and they'll defend it to the T of how should I say, if a certain person were to try to invade their land, military experience or not.
hmm,
But then when you have certain
sure.
people that like, oh, I'm a patriot, but yet I don't see you on the ground. I don't see you actually have like a good old battle plan, what have you, on what to do when an actual situation will pop off. You could go around and be a rabble rouser, but if you're not going to actually do the own work, people are going to look at you as a traitor because you're talking all this stuff, but yet you're not on the front line. So
That is true.
that's that's my theory on it.
Okay. Well, look, the fact of the matter is, it's very easy to sit behind a keyboard and be and be super brave.
Right.
So, mm,
Yeah.
yeah. If anybody else wants to join us, join the panel, I think the link is to express, express your point of view, whatever.
Yeah.
But, is how to bring sanity,
How to bring sanity in the
because what
holidays,
happens
right?
like gifts, or they try to plan these elaborate not, or they have these expectations that there's, 'cause that's something you see out of like a Disney movie, and the whole point is try to bring some sanity and make sure that people have realistic expectations during the holiday season.
Yeah. I mean, me personally, okay, that might have worked when I was a kid because when you watch certain holiday flicks or whatsoever, and they talk about the family and everything like that, you believe into that when you're a kid. But then when you're older and everything like that, it's like, okay, a holiday is just another day. It means something when you have family, but then when your family have passed on and everything like that, I can understand when somebody wants to recapture what they once felt like, or in other cases, they wanted to have a have like a good experience with their family and friends, etc. Or those who don't really have anybody that could celebrate the holidays or what have you. But in other words, it's like at the end at the end of the day, it's gonna be like a lot of insanity because albeit people who are going through mental breakdown, or somebody who's actually mourning, because I have a lot of my friends who are actually mourning their loved ones. You get what I'm trying to say? So
Yeah.
yeah, you might have certain people that might not even feel like celebrating the holiday. Meaning that I'll tell you, for example, when my mother passed away, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was like I was there, but I was not into it. You get what I'm trying to say? Meaning
I
that
think I understand what you're talking about.
meaning that you was there, you chilling with your family, whatever. But when you chilling with your family, and then you're just looking around, you're just chilling and relaxing whatsoever. But then in the inside, you're not all there. You know what I'm trying to say? That was me.
Yeah.
That was me
I mean, that was.
when I was in Thanksgiving and Christmas. Then in
Mhm.
2014, when I started actually going out with my wife, I went to the Noche Buena at first. We went to her father's friend's crib, and then we went to like my friend's crib that we was actually drinking and having fun whatsoever. But then
Mhm.
for my wife, tragedy struck on December 31st
Mhm.
for her, meaning that when me and her actually got out of the restaurant Tosca is just to wait for the bus. Well, we heard the bad news that her grandfather had passed on. So for just to bring in the new year, just thinking about about that occurrence, it's I don't know how to actually say so, but certain people, I guess they have got they have they have moved on, they have accepted it and everything like that. But t- for certain people during the holidays, even if it could be years later, it will still be hard. So all I can say is that I hope that they could find some solace during these times. So is like for certain people, I'm saying going back to the topic, there could be like, okay, there'll be a person that be like, all right, I'll have there might be sanity, but then certain people may not want to even celebrate the holidays because either of personal tragedy or maybe of finances as well.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And and that's something that I have discussed um in the past, which is while for many people the holidays are a happy time, there are is you have people who have lost loved ones, you have relationships which have ended, you have people who lost their job, you have people who are unable to get a rent or what have you, and the depression rises sharply, and the suicide attempts as well, which is why I made it a point a couple of times. If you see someone that is going through some difficult times during the holidays, try to be patient, try to be understanding, and if you can't, try to reach out to these people.
Yeah.
So I mean, and let me tell you something. Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Christmas 2020 was not the same because I have lost my oldest sister and my mom 6 months apart from each other.
Yeah. I'm going to say that in 2013, I was feeling the same way. But in 2019, even though that I had lost my father and my aunt, I still had like a good time. I guess I was stronger, but I still
Uh-huh.
there were days that I actually still think about my dad and everything like that, or
Yeah.
just waiting to talk to him and everything like that since he lived in the Dominican Republic. So you know, it was still certain times that I actually thought about that and everything. But then the family that I had, and then including my wife, and then including my wife's family, you know, I could actually say that with timings and everything, certain voids will be filled. It might not be the same, but you'll have new experiences, and with that, that's why I could say you could actually learn that bad times don't last forever. It's just up to I guess the person
Hmm.
to see that bad times don't last forever. And I had to learn that the hard way
True.
because at the end of the day, there's there's situations in life that the only thing you have to do is to be strong. Certain people could go and try to call you weak and everything like that, but then when they see that you're doing good and you're actually living positive, you're doing better for yourself or whatsoever the case may be, certain people might try to put you down with negativity, but if you're pushing for positivity, they cannot really break your spirit. So, and then another thing is that you have
Hmm.
certain people that they could say whatever negativity what or whatsoever the case may be. But if you're not in the same surroundings as the negativity, they cannot really bring it towards you anymore. I'm not gonna go put my friend's business out there, but I have a friend, right? That you have
Hmm.
certain that he's dealing with a
Sure.
lot of negative things in his life in New York right now. But I always tell him,
Hmm.
like, if you're feeling negative or anything like that, why don't you just come down to Philly or in the most thing, just take that vacation because if you take that vacation, right, 9 times out of 10, and I'm just saying like in my what I've seen like throughout my lifetime or whatsoever, a lot of the people who are actually pushing negativity, they do not or they don't how should I say have the funds to follow you. You know what I'm trying to say? With their negativity. So therefore, for one thing that I've actually learned,
Yeah.
as far as negative people, if you travel more, their negativity can't really they cannot really affect you either because they can't be where you at. Sometimes it's personal on the stuff that you feel or the negative feelings or whatsoever the case may be. But over time, when you actually see a lot of positive stuff minus the negative stuff that's happening, it'll be easier. It's easier to let go, even though I guess the other person may or may not have. But if you're not in the negative surrounding, negativity could actually cease from where you at, wherever you at.
Interesting.
Yeah,
But that's why I said, that's why I spend a good deal of time talking about mental health issues because it is an issue, but for a lot of people, it's a forbidden topic. Um, Part of it is pride, part of it is shame, and part of it is I think it's like it's the belief that they can do this by themselves. They don't need anyone to assist them. I mean, that's a fallacy because we all need help from one time to another.
yeah. I mean, I could actually say like within myself, you have certain it's certain you have certain people that's pride and everything like that. I guess another part is that okay, in certain aspects you don't know who to trust. You have because there's not a lot of people who are impartial in life and everything. And then
Yeah.
and then you have certain people that they'll be like how should I say they could try to use mental that you've seen like certain people that they be like okay they had they could use that mental illness as a cop out when the fact is there's nothing really wrong with them. So that's why certain people, I guess, they don't want to come out and with stuff because they're like, oh, this is a cop out, whatsoever the case may be. When the fact is like maybe that person actually needs help, but then that person's so jaded, I guess, from past experiences, that person would not want to say or ask anybody for help. You get what I'm trying to say?
Hmm. In other words, you know, therefore, pride, they're too stubborn to acknowledge that they need help.
Or they're afraid to ask for help because they don't want to be rejected.
That too. And that could be a big obstacle to try to get help you need. Because you have to acknowledge that you have a problem. And you have to acknowledge that you need help to resolve it. Not everyone can do that.
Yeah.
So, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop off. It's always is a pleasure, you know, to be on your platform. And I just want to ask all those who catch the stream, still watching the stream now, or if they get it on the playback, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button as you enter, and set notification for non-Armando produces content. You have the upper look.
Yeah. Thank you, Don
So
Jose.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Well, I mean, if anybody, I guess, who is welcome to come up. I mean, you're welcome to come to my panel anytime. I still drop the link. Mm. Well, I'm gonna wrap this up. Good evening. Stay blessed. And I'll come back with another open topics. Wish you all well.